What's going on, everybody? What's going on? It's your boy EB. I want to make a quick video, something short, real short, something real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, I need everybody to know and to realize that because you have sex with somebody, that don't mean you run their life. They don't have to change the person they are because y'all had sex. The bond y'all make changes a person, not the sex. And a lot of us women and a lot of us men are putting too much emphasis on the act of sex. Sex is important. Sex is something sacred. But sex doesn't give you the power to run someone's life. It don't. You will not get what your hand do not call for. If you call for a good man, it's because you're a good woman, not because you got good pussy, or not because you got good head. I mean, there's always exceptions to the rule. You're always going to run into dudes that some of us men call simps, that there'll be a certain good, great man to you, and allowing you to be a certain, not a good person to them. I'm going to give an example of what I mean when I say people only going to get what their hand deserve. You cannot meet somebody. You can't meet somebody. Fuck and suck on the first date. And then the next day or the next couple days, you think you can be arguing with that man because he ain't answer his phone fast enough. Or you can't be telling her, you know, for the men, you can't think that you can tell that woman where she could or can't go because y'all had sex. It's kind of like when people do that, it's kind of like you're showing people that you don't have nothing else to offer but sex. If I want you to be a certain something, for me, I don't want my sex to be only the reason. I want you to respect and love my mind. I want you, of course, I want you to like and love my sex too. But what about the man I am? What about the father I am? What about the level of compassion and understanding and love I got? What about all of that? I want you to love that too. I don't just want you to love the sex about me. So, with that being said, of course, I'm going to do unto others as I want done unto me. If we had sex and we, you single and I'm single, and if we had sex, that don't mean tomorrow or even next week, because we had sex one time, you think that you can prioritize yourself in my life. Because I'm mature enough to know I can't prioritize myself in your life. And again, I keep saying this, it is exceptions to all rules. In some scenarios where you're going to have sex, and before the sex, y'all already had an agreement or an understanding or a certain vibe, or then that's understandable. But you just can't meet someone, even do certain things in front of that someone that tells a whole type of story about you, but yet you think you can tell that person how they should be. Ain't no good woman who knows she's good going to allow no man to stay in her presence who display blatant disrespect, who display obvious signs of ain't shit ass dude, who no drive, no motivation, no whatever. It's different reasons, different strokes for different folks. But just sex itself do not solidify a relationship. The bond is what solidifies a relationship. Never forget that. If y'all don't have a certain type of, understanding, if y'all don't have a certain type of vibe going between y'all, and y'all have sex, then that's exactly what y'all had. Sex. That's all. In a lot of scenarios, a lot of men do and say a lot of sucker shit. No, they talk the love talk. They talk the I'm gonna be there forever talk. They talk the all of that talk to try to, to take it to the sex. I'm not understand that. I'm not giving no passes for nobody. I understand the fuckery. But what I am saying is, if you had sex with a man, just meeting him, do you really think you can run his life, tell him what to do, or tell him who you want him to be after I just fucked a time or two? I would think if a woman want to come home to me, it's because I gave her reasons. It's because I showed her a certain man that she want to come home to. Not just because we fucking. And the same thing goes vice versa. We got to stop putting so much, attachment to sex when it comes to other people's life. Not everybody is all in that much. You got a lot of brothers out here who just want sex. You got a lot of sisters out here who just want sex. If you didn't catch a certain vibe, if you got tricked, duped, hoodwinked, bamboozled, somebody told you something and didn't stand up to it or didn't be who they say that they were going to be, then yeah, that's always unfortunate for men and women. But again, we're talking about sex. Just sex. We're not talking about two people that was together. We're not talking about that, right? And I'm saying in this video. We're talking about a man who don't know this woman and a woman who don't know this man. They get together and they fucking. That's sex. If that man sexed you on the first date, I'm not saying he going to look at you as a hoe. I'm not saying that. He might really like you. But you might have given him, he could look at you like that. Again, he could look at you like that. Same thing vice versa. You might, because that man had sex with you on the first day, you could look at him like he's a player or like he do that all the time. You could. That don't mean you will. I'm saying you could. And if that's the case, if that man could think she's a hoe, then that female could think the same thing about the man. It's the same thing vice versa. If that woman could think you might be a whole player, then guess what? You fucked me on the same day too. You might be a whole hoe. You can't show me a hoe, but you want me to show you a great man, but yet you showing me a hoe. How does that work? If you with a man who probably don't know himself, if you with a man who don't know his worth, if you are with a man who don't bring nothing real to the table, if you are with a man who don't possess a whole lot of stuff, then yeah, play them type of games with that dude. Try to run his life. He might need you to. But if you run into any of these brothers out here who got a mind about themselves, who got things going on for themselves, who love themselves, who stand on principles of respect, who stand on, you know what I'm saying? He's not going to let you, or she's not going to let you run their life only because y'all had sexual relations. That's kind of unheard of. And I think that's a little bit crazy. And if you really want to get technical, don't have sex with the brother until y'all have a certain type of bond. And then you don't really got to, that lessens the chance of a person not being authentic to who they are. But no, a lot of us brothers and a lot of y'all sisters, y'all ain't doing all of that waiting. I mean, and I don't even mean wait as in time. I just mean see who you're dealing with. Sometimes you can do that quick. Sometimes it might take you a little minute. But if it's a scenario where you just walked into it and he just walked into it, and y'all just had sex. After that, there is no mandatory obligations. Only unless y'all come with it or y'all grow a vibe together and it becomes what it's going to become. But just because you have sex with a dude once or twice, or just because this dude, a dude have sex with a woman once or twice, that don't mean you run their life. Stop doing that. Stop putting so much emphasis with sex. Men and women. Let's stop doing that to each other. Because people that could have been great friends, people who could have had even sex, good, continuous sex. A lot of that shit get ruined because people are putting attachments to the sex that shouldn't be there. Let's not do that. And with that being said, it's your boy EB. I'm out. Peace.